Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is my pulls video for Ace. For everybody new to the channel, I'm skipping, I skip blues and let the gold orbs play out, and I'm going all in for Ace here. I'm going to be pulling with gems until I get his LD. Hopefully I'll get his burst. I'm not going to be pulling for, if I don't get his burst here, I'm going to be tokening it, but first I'm going to pull on some other banners that has his burst on it just to see if I can get his burst with tickets on other banners. But if you're new to the game, I think this is a great banner for you to pull on because it also comes with Kamari. I'm not going to go too deep into Kamari, but he has a very unique debuff of total blindness, which is going to force the enemies to miss their next attack guaranteed. And then it's also he's also like I guess like a wall. He provides 170% defense up. He's going to provide attack up of around 95% attack up. HP regen, brave regen, things like that. So Kamari, great character. I don't plan on using him unless I really need him. Now I do get his LD here, but I'm pretty low on resources as far as upgrade resources, like to upgrade weapons and stuff like that. So I'm gonna kind of chill out for a bit. So I want to go straight into Ace. You do have the option right now of Ace or Bards. That's like one of the dilemmas, right? Do I go with Ace? Do I go with Bards? Who do I green? Whose BT do I go for? Now I have Bards' burst, but if I didn't have his burst, I would still go for Ace. And even though I have Bards' burst and I can save a lot of resources and not go for Ace, I'm still going for Ace. In my personal opinion, I think Ace has more longevity. I like his kit better. I think he provides a lot to the party, and I just feel like his kit's gonna be funner to play with than Bards. Bards is worth it though if you're gonna green him. Like, you can't go wrong if you go with Bards instead of Ace, because if you're gonna go with Bards, I think he really becomes worth it when you're going to go all in on his burst weapon. Because one thing Bards has lacked this entire time is Wind Enchant, which now he gets when you're gonna go ahead and I think give him do the 2 out of 3 on his burst weapon, and that's gonna make your characters hit a lot harder. So since I'm going in here with Ace, I'm going to explain why I'm going in with Ace, or going in for Ace, and that's going to be because I feel he's also a good debuffer, in the sense that his whole card, which is what I think his kit really revolves around, it's a debuff applied by his LD, and whole card is only for 1 turn, and it's a minus 40% defense. Well, it's like, what's so special about that? Well, whenever the enemy takes a turn, doesn't matter if it's confused, paralyzed, whatever, as soon as that enemy takes a turn, that whole card turns into a different debuff called Blind Stud Turn, and then it'll be for 6 turns. So that 1 turn debuff, whole card, turns into Blind Stud Turn for 6 turns right after, and that's what activates. It's a trap, and it also does minus 40% defense to the enemy. But this is the thing, is that if you have both whole card and blind stud turn on there, you're going to get minus 40% defense from each one of those debuffs. So now you literally have a huge amount of defense down, which is going to be crucial here for this Lufenia Plus mission. Now, if you go into his S1, there's really nothing special. It's just a 3-hit Brave HP attack, done twice. His main damage dealer or damage dealing attack is going to be, I think, his S2. It's going to be up to a 5-hit AoE Brave HP attack, splash damage, done twice. Also gives him attack up, where both his S1 and S2 give him his Suzaku's trump card buff, but you start with that at the beginning of the match, and it just gives you attack, max brave, stuff like that, HP damage up, nothing too special. And then his EX, I feel like, is more of a bonus. His EX, when it doesn't do too much damage, but here you see I do get his LD, so super excited to get his LD, and I am going to again be tokening his burst if I don't get it in some of the upcoming banners that I'm going to be pulling for. So anyway, back to his EX. For his EX, it's going to be an 8-hit Brave HP attack with splash damage, not a big deal, but you're going to get either a red, yellow, blue, or black card for 5 turns. Depending on what you get, and again, this is random, depending on what you get, which color card it gives you, that is the effect you're going to get. So for example, you use a ZX. and if he starts kind of like glowing red, you can just, tap on him and see what you got anyway. Red means that it's going to be a party attack up of 40%. Now, let's say that you use the ZX and he's emitting a yellow aura, right? Now, party attack and max brave is going to be 20%. Now, it's not going to be 40% from the red card and then 20% from the yellow. You only get the buff from that one particular card, whatever card you got when you got the EX. If you get a blue card, it's going to give you party brave regeneration of 40% of eye brave, and it's going to give you HP regeneration as well. If you get the black card, it's going to reduce the enemy speed by about 20%. So if you notice, since you can't pick what you're going to have and you don't know what you're going to have, I feel like this is just extra. You shouldn't even consider it as something to take into a match because it's going to help you, in my opinion. So his EX is not a big deal. So the way that I feel like I'm gonna be using Ace is gonna be starting off with his LD, applying his whole card on there, and then if the enemy turn is coming up soon, let him take that turn so that the whole card turns into that trap of blind stud turn, and now it's going to the trap is gonna go off whenever anybody takes a turn, enemy, yourself, it doesn't matter. And so then I would probably end up, once you end up using his LD, since his HP attack turned into blind stud turn, what that does is that when you use it, it applies the whole card debuff again. So if you imagine using his LD, enemy takes a turn, converts that whole card into the trap. Now you have 6 turns of the trap of minus 40% defense, but then if you use his HP plus attack, you're going to reapply his 1 turn of whole card. So now you have the 6 turns of the trap and then 1 turn of the whole card, and now you're applying a negative 40% defense from each debuff. Now that's going to allow everybody to start hitting a lot harder as well. And then once, let's say for example, the enemy consumes or all of the trap is used, he still has that whole card ready to be activated whenever the enemy takes a turn. When you use his HP attack, once it gets converted into blind stud turn, which happens after you use his LD, then what you're going to end up doing is also getting an instant turn. So once you use that HP attack, and when it's in blind stud turn mode, then you're going to get another attack right after. So you would use his LD, apply the whole card. Then after that, you could go into his S2 to start doing damage, or you can you can use his HP attack. And the cool thing is, even if the whole card from his LD didn't get activated, right, because the enemy didn't take a turn, but you still use his HP attack, you're going to apply the blind stud turn debuff on him. So you don't even have to let the enemy take a turn to activate the trap. If you already have that whole card debuff on there, and you end up using his LD or his HP attack, you're gonna activate it. Let's say for example, right, you're gonna convert it into blind stun turn and then apply the whole card again. So then that way you force the trap to actually go off. And so that's going to be his main kit, and from there on you're literally just spamming S2, because that's where all the real damage I think really comes from. You could use his EX just to see what you get, and once you get into the red or yellow card, which really increases attack, you can just keep it there and not use his EX unless you feel like you really need to. But as far as party auras, they're not that great. He can give, obviously, Braver and HP regen, but that's through his EX. But his auras are really going to come from his burst weapon. His burst weapon is going to be able to increase party attack by 50%. Now, if you end up going all the way and you green him and everything, now you can go up to 80%. Max Brave is going to go up by 50%. HP damage limit will go up by 50%. HP damage is going to go up. Overflow Stolen can also go all the way up to 35% if you green him, and only 20% if you don't. And then the cool thing too is that after his burst effect is done, so it's for 8 turns, but after it's done, as soon as you do that last move, it's going to trigger an attack called We Are Right Here, and it's going to it's literally going to be his burst attack all over again. So I think that was actually pretty cool that they implemented that. That's something different. I think he's the only one that actually does that. And then in that We Are Right Here, it's a 5-hit AoE Brave HP attack with 100% overflow, and it's done 3 times. And it's going to keep stacking up, so the Brave, you're going to retain it between each HP dump. So, you know, I think Ace is going to be very unique. I think his burst effect gives you a good amount of auras, and in my opinion, I think that his trap and a lot of damage he's going to do is off-turn damage. He's going to be just a really good character with a lot of longevity. I really want to see how much damage you know, I can do with him, but I'm excited for him. He might be the first person that I green, but again, I'm only going to green when I feel like I really need to, or unless Sephiroth gets his burst plus, then I'll probably end up doing it just to do it no matter what, because he's my favorite character. But other than that, yeah, if you end up pulling, you know, good luck on your pulls. New players, I would say this is the banner for you. You have somebody with great defense, which is Kimahri, great party auras all the way around, HP regeneration, Brave regeneration, you name it, and then you're gonna have Ace and as your damage dealer, and also somewhat of a debuffer. So I think you can't go wrong by pulling here and using gems. I'm gonna, again, I went in here with gems, and I will be getting Ace's burst one way or another. So if you pull on this banner, good luck. Hey guys, thanks for watching, and make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and let me know in the comments what you think about the banner, if you use tickets or gems, and also check out the links in the description for Opera Omnia websites that give you a bunch of useful information, and I'll see you in the next one.